Hey everybody, Patty Ann here. I've got something special to share with you today. Listen, back in the day when I was a kid, my friends and I and my sister, we used to all like to go to this place called Jackson's Mansion. It was an abandoned, haunted house near where we lived. I'm from the suburbs of Pittsburgh, and I know my neighbors, if they're watching right now, they'll remember Jackson's Mansion too. It was terrifying. You see, Old Man Jackson killed his wife there, and he buried her in a big concrete slab. And we all knew that. We kids knew that. And we even could see that concrete slab in that house. Well, my friends and I still like to go to abandoned houses, like the one behind me right here. And you know, this one right back here is supposedly haunted too. It's haunted by a couple, the Craniums, Mr. and Mrs. Cranium. Well, we're going to take a look at them today. I'm going to let you have a sneak peek at the Craniums. Join me, if you dare. Okay, as I promised, I said I would show you a sneak peek of the Craniums, and here they are. They're actually hidden behind this black box right here. So let me just right-click on this box and send it to the back. And there they are, Mr. and Mrs. Cranium. So these are 2 free SVGs that you can get to make his and her shirts, whatever. Let me tell you the difference between them. Mrs. Cranium over here, she has all these little cut pieces. Let me ungroup her and show you. And she has all these little cut pieces that you'll cut out and layer in vinyl. And I'll show you the final product shortly. So Mr. Cranium has something extra special, and it's hidden behind, whoops, this black box. Let me show you. So move the black box out of the way. Notice all these little round dots around his eyes. Wow. You can either have them cut out and put this on a black t-shirt like this, or you can add rhinestones. This has been cut specially to fit rhinestones that'll fit perfectly in here. So how cool would that be to have his eyes outlined in red rhinestones? Glowing red rhinestones. Oh, the other thing is his tooth here. You got to make sure you do that out of gold glitter. Looks so great. These little pieces here, they're cut out of extra vinyl, and you can either do that or leave them out, whatever you like. Same here. Love, love, love the spider webs on his head. Anyway, I think Mr. and Mrs. Cranium are a lot of fun. You're going to have a lot of fun with these this Halloween, I bet. But again, you will cut these out of rhinestones, or this out of sticky flock, or even cardstock. So what you'll do is you'll brush the rhinestones into this, and I'll show you that in a few minutes as well. So first, let's go and see how I put Mrs. Cranium together. Okay, as you can see, I'm ready to start pressing. So the first thing I'm going to do is just give this a quick little press right here to get out some of the moisture. The next thing that I always like to do, is put in one of these pads so that the V-neck won't be, the height of it won't impede the press that I get. I bought my heat pads from Heat Press Nation. I really like it because you get a whole series of different sizes of them, and I'll have the link down below, but they work out perfectly. Then that little V-neck, the little lump right there, won't make one bit of difference. So I'm just going to center this on here like this, and now I'm going to pull this back. I'm having a little trouble because my extension cord isn't quite long enough. Okay, there we go. Make sure this is centered. Then I'm going to bring this as part of the design on first. This is only supposed to be a short press, and it's actually only supposed to be 305 degrees. I already have my heat press set to 320 because I'm using a lot of glitter. So I'm just going to do this very quickly, and I'm going to have to loosen this because I put the pad in there. See how that feels. That's good. That is probably enough. Again, I'm going to check it. Okay, that worked perfectly. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is begin putting on my glitter pieces. So, I don't know which piece to put on first. I think I'll put the largest stuff on, which is this. And I can pull this out so I can work more easily. Just making sure to line it up like that. Perfect. And I am going to put a pressing sheet on because not everything is covered, just to keep it safe. And again, I'm going to do a quick press, hopefully. The last one will be the full amount. Glitter is a warm peel. Let's see if that's going to stick. No, not quite enough. So let me come back over here and do it a little bit longer. Okay, that should have been enough. I guess the next color that I will do maybe will be the pink. Let's see. Yep, perfect. Oh, this is cool, you guys. Oh, this is so cool. All right, now, I don't know if I should do the pink or the blue. See, where does the blue go? Like that. I can do the blue next. Don't really need a cover sheet because it's all pretty well covered, but I like to use it. Again, I think I should flip my, I need to get a longer extension cord before I burn this thing up. So again, I'll do this for about 10 seconds. Perfect. Oh, so pretty. But you know, I love the glitter. Now the other free design that we're going to have for you also has rhinestones. So this one's just glitter. There must be a place I need to weed. Because glitter should not be on top of glitter right there. I'm going to go cut this little piece off right here. Okay, what had actually happened was I forgot to weed a part out of that. So that's why it was on top. So I didn't need to cut off what I did, but it's okay. So that's gonna fit like that. This is so cute, you guys. Okay, this is the last one. So I'm gonna do this for the total amount of time, which is 20 seconds at, no, 15 seconds at 320 degrees. Okay, this turned out really beautifully. And the best thing about it, the really cool thing about it is, not only do we have the pretty glitter, can you see the glitter? But this also glows in the dark. Well, not glows in the dark, it's reflective material. So I'll take another picture of it so you can see that. You can't really see the glitter here from the lighting that I have. I'll have another picture. Okay, the last thing I'm going to do is to show you how you make the really, really cool rhinestone eyeballs for Mr. Cranium. So here's some supplies you need. Rhinestones, they are the hot fix kind of rhinestones. A brush to brush them in with. Some kind of a tray to use. A lot of times I use the dollar store cookie sheet trays, but that kind of makes a bad reflection for you, so I'm using this. You'll need some transfer paper. This is a special kind that you have to purchase that's for hot things, because you cannot use your regular transfer paper because it would melt. And then you need, of course, the template that you cut out. Now this one was just cut out of cardstock. I need you to know that we at Team Patty Ann do cut our things out of both, using both a Cricut machine and a silhouette machine, so we can make sure these things work. So yes, indeed, I've cut mine with a Cameo, but Tammy has cut hers with a Cricut, and both of them work perfectly. So I'm just going to pull that off of there and move this out of the way. There's a few of these that didn't pop all the way out, so I'll just get them out with my finger. There we go. Okay, the next thing you need to do if you're using cardstock like I am here is you need to have an adhesive spray that you can spray on the back. If you're using the sticky flock that you can buy, you don't need to do that, obviously, because it's sticky and it will stick. Okay, I've got my spray adhesive here. You can use any temporary spray adhesive, and you spray it on the back of your cardstock. So I'm going to do it down below because I don't want to get it on this surface. Making sure I get all the corners well. And, oh, my fingers are so sticky now. Got my little rhinestones ready. So I can put this on here now. Just like that. And stick it down. Okay. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to pour my rhinestones on here. Just pour a bunch more than what you think you're going to need. So I just dumped the whole envelope there. Then all you do now is you go like this, just around in circles, just not even really paying attention to what you're doing, just going around in circles. And when rhinestones brush into other rhinestones, they kind of get knocked into the place where they should be and help each other turn out. So that eyeball is pretty much totally done. Move these out of the way. Now let's get this one done. And you may have a little more trouble than what I'm having here. As you work with rhinestones, you get to know the feel of what you're doing a little bit more. I'm going to brush these out and see where I'm... Uh-oh, I didn't want to do that. So I messed up over there a little bit. Let me bring a few more rhinestones back in here and twirl them around. Brush them right back out. There we go. You really shouldn't have to put any in by hand. If any ever do stick where you don't want them to, there's a really super tool that you can use called the Pick Me Up tool. I'll have a link to it down below. It's made by Silhouette. It's easy to use it to help move rhinestones around if you need them moved. Okay, it looks like everybody's into place. I always kind of like to look from the side to make sure I'm not seeing something wrong. Of course, it's not the end of the world if you have an accident right here, because you can always add the rhinestones in before you press them down. So now what I would do, and since this is just a sample, I'm not actually going to cut my transfer tape, so I might not do as good a job as I would usually do, because I don't want to waste it. So what you do is you just take this off, and you can use this again and again. You can probably tell that mine's dirty. And then all you do is you press it down, just hold, kind of like make a little U in the middle. Press it down on your rhinestones. And they're going to come right up and just stay right on this transfer tape and be ready to go. And someone had asked me earlier, why did I, let's see if I can get these up right quick while you're watching. Okay, if there's ever any that don't come up, all you do is press the tape back down on top, and then they usually pop right up with you. Every once in a while, as you've seen in some of my videos, I get a stubborn one. And there's a couple right there that are being stubborn. I don't know if they get stuck to the stickum that I sprayed on the back. Sorry about my fingernails. I was busy doing some more painting, and that makes the fingernail polish come off easily. But anyway, I would just work at this until I get them all to come up. There he goes. Okay, so then I just put this back on this transfer paper, this, just to keep them safe so they don't, whoa, I almost dumped those. I don't know what I was thinking. Ay, ay, ay. These are my gold little precious rhinestones. Anyway, let me move that over there, not dump them. So one of the things you can do now, if ever you notice that one's not exactly where you want it to be, you can nudge it right now, like with your fingernail, into place if you need to. But these are ready to go now. So when I'm ready to press this onto my final project, all I do, once again, is take this transfer tape off. This is just the backing that was keeping these safe. Peel this up like this, and then I would put this, and obviously I would not have such a big piece, put this down on my fabric or whatever it is and heat press it right onto there. So remember, it's not the same transfer tape that we use when we're using our regular vinyl. This is a special kind of transfer tape that can withstand the heat. So I hope you enjoyed, or you will enjoy, making Mr. and Mrs. Cranium. And I hope you'll join me at the next haunted house.